Biggest problem I've seen with students, including me, is the fact that we want to study, but then we end up just getting distracted. Every time we sit down to study and we set a 90-minute or 60-minute timer, or we open a lo-fi fucking like 60-minute timer, we end up studying for like 15, 20 minutes, and then we end up just checking our phones. Or going and walking and taking a piss, but then after you finish pissing, you come back and you check on your phone. Or then you go and scroll on different YouTube videos and then you check how to study videos, and you do all of these things, but everything besides studying. Now, why do we do this? It's because our brains have been conditioned over time, ever since we were small, through media, phones, tablets, TVs, to focus on what's most attractive right now. So an example of this could be, let's say when you first got your phone and you were checking all the apps and everything, and you're adding all the apps that you want to add to your phone, your first phone. And then you add Instagram, and then you add Twitter, and then you add Snapchat. But then you get a notification from Snapchat, so you stop checking Instagram, so you check Snapchat because this big red notification is there. And so you check Snapchat and you're texting people, and then someone on Instagram follows you. So you go check Instagram and blah, 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 blah. Even though these apps, we can forget about how degenerate or time wasting these apps are. The idea is you're trying to use one thing, you're trying to do one thing for 10, 15 minutes, but then something else pops up, and then another thing pops up, and another thing pops up. So over time, it's molded your brain into believing that, okay, we have to do something so long as it's important and like we're motivated to do it. But then as soon as something else comes into our mind, like a notification in our mind, we go and act on it. We have trained our brain to be used like how we use our phones when their notifications is on, because you're on YouTube or you're on Instagram. Okay, let's say you're texting somebody or you're watching something on YouTube, and then an Instagram notification comes up, and because you believe that that's super important because a ding came up or you saw who texted you, you just go up and focus on that. And then this YouTube video, which you were enjoying, it's not like you didn't like it, now suddenly is this boring video that you don't want to watch because someone else texted you. And then someone on Snapchat sent you a snap, and then they sent you a blue text. So snaps are red and texts are blue. So when you see a blue thing, you're like, okay, I should focus on this person and not this person because there's a text instead of a snap. And you've trained your brain to do this normally. So when you're studying or you're trying to focus on something, you're reading a book or something, a notification comes up in your mind, which is like this thought, like, oh yeah, let's check my phone if that girl texted me back, or let's check my phone if my favorite YouTuber posted something. And so you go check, and then in your phone there's like a million other things that are getting your attention, and the original thing that you wanted to do, studying, is not getting done. You did it for 10, 15, 20 minutes, which is good, right? But then a notification came up in your mind, and then you focused on the notification. What if I could... That sounds so stupid when I say it, that the only reason you get distracted is because notifications come in your mind, which is just random intrusive thoughts that, oh yeah, check your phone or go talk to somebody or go for a walk or go take a piss when you don't need to. It's just distracting you from what you want to do. I'm not saying this to help you do something that you don't even want to do in the first place. You sat down, you had this motivation, this drive to study and get a good grade on this test. You wanted this, and 15-20 minutes later you're on something else. So this is not necessarily your fault, but it is how you've molded your brain, and I'll tell you how to fix that. The only way to fix that, I can give you a million focus tactics, like turn your phone off or throw it somewhere else, or delete all the apps that you need to delete, but you'll just install them again. You'll go find your phone because you know where you kept it, and you'll find out a way to get distracted, and just doing those things is distracting anyway. The only way, and the best way in my opinion, it's nice that the best way is the only way, it's meditation. Now, meditation is not like the monk meditation that you've heard of. Meditation is a literal, simple 4-step process that takes at least just a minute to do. It doesn't matter how long you do it, it's the fact that you do it, right? It's a 4-step process, which I'm telling you, if you do it for just about a minute a day, not even by itself, if you do it in the shower, if you do it while on a walk, automatically your focus will just triple, and you'll still get distracted, but the rate at which you lower it will be like increased by 300%, 400%. I used to play a lot of video games, and in video games I love it when my sword damage increases by 200% instead of like a number, because the percent sounds like a really high number. So I'm explaining it to you in a percentage format. 200, 400% more increase in focus by just meditating for like 1 to 5 minutes a day. I'll tell you how to do it. It's a 4-step process. The first process is to focus on something. For example, there's many ways you can meditate. You can meditate on your breath, you can meditate on something you're looking at, you can meditate on sounds, any type of sense. So for example, let's use me as your meditation object. So as you're watching this video, you're focusing on me, which is completely true, right? So you're doing the first step, which is focusing on me. Now you're focusing on me. You could choose my voice, or you could just choose the side of me. Just pick one. You can close your eyes and focus on my voice if you want to. Now, the second step is to keep your focus on me. You start the meditation and you keep the focus, right? You're focusing on me. There's nothing else that you're feeling, nothing else that you're thinking of. You're just focusing on everything about me. And then the third step is getting into thought. Now, in the 5 seconds, if I know who you are, if I know who I'm talking to here, within the 5-10 seconds that you were focusing on me for meditating, you got a couple thoughts in your head. You got like 3 or 4 random thoughts like, oh man, should I really close my eyes, or should I focus on this guy? This guy's not even that great. He's wearing a black hoodie and a gray t-shirt under it. He's focusing on other things. You're focusing on all of these other things, except for what I told you to focus on, just me, like my face, my voice. And so you're now lost in thought, which you might think is a bad thing. You might think that's not good for focus, but I'll explain why that's good. Now that's the third step, being lost in thought. The fourth step is to just bring your focus back to the first thing, which is just focusing on me. So it's like a square object. So you can stop focusing on me if you're doing it. The first step is to literally just pick up an object to focus on. Second step is just keep your focus on it. And third step is to wait until you get distracted. And then the fourth step is to realize it and then bring it back. That's basically it. That's basically what meditation is, right? You can change up any step you want as per your comfortability, but this is the simplest way I can put it. Now, why is this helpful? This is helpful because when you're focused on something and you're deliberately focused on something and you're just focused waiting for yourself to get distracted, you're actively training your focus because you're bringing your focus back. Your focus can't actually be improved, right? It's only the duration of focus that can be improved. Your focus is just focus. How long you can focus without getting distracted is the one thing that you can improve. And every time you get a thought about something, when you're focusing on something, and then you bring your focus back to that thing, you've improved the duration of your focus. You've gained 1 XP, you gain 10% extra strength in your focus skill. Now you can just practice this right now actively, like a background task, while watching this video. If anytime you're watching this video you start clicking on something else or you're doing some secondary task, just bring your focus back to this video and automatically you've gained like 10 points in focusing, just naturally. And that's why it's super easy to increase your focus. You just got to put in the work, and this will reflect in your studying, in your work, in your gym focus, when you're not getting distracted by other things and you're just focusing on the exercise. Because like I said, you can't actually increase your focus strength. You can only increase how long you can focus before a singular thought comes in, before a notification bubble comes in, and you just say no to that notification bubble. That's all you're doing. It's the same thing as when you're using your phone, right? You're just using, and then you notice that there's a notification like ding. And the difference is you don't just indulge in that notification, you just come back to whatever you're doing. And so in your mind, as you're focusing on something, you're getting notifications. You're getting like, oh, this guy sounds really weird, or this guy's face is not as focused as the background in his video. So many thoughts are coming in your head. You just bring your focus back to whatever I'm saying. And the more you rep this out, it's kind of like push-ups for your brain. And the more you do it, the stronger you will get and the longer you can focus at a time. If you like this video, click like and subscribe to my channel down there. If you don't like this video, subscribe anyway, because I might make something that you genuinely like. If you want to contact me and talk to me in any format, my Discord and Instagram is right below. Bye-bye.